Hi, it's me. And I really should be looking at the camera when I say hello, shouldn't I? Instead of being like, just look up from pressing the button. I'm Michael from Good to Hear, and this is my weekly update video where I just show you what I've been up to, so you can see that I don't know why. I thought it's quite nice for me to have a record of my progress. I had a haircut. Also, I've turned on a better camera. So, yeah, this week, here's what we've got. Changes. Like, it's all come under 15 hours of this PR and marketing. So I'm trying to release the new change to Changes, which is a new screen called Changes. And one triumph I have had this week is that I got some decent footage of myself talking about it. So I'm quite excited about this footage. I think it looks good. I got the auto cue set up. I made myself a little auto cue app so that I could use my wireless headphones to make the text scroll. So maybe that's something I'll stick in the App Store soon, and it will achieve a similar meteoric rise to success that Shoot did. Or maybe not. But with this, I've been doing things like I've got to do my title screens and things like that, which then gets a bit more involved. And then I realized I wanted to actually demonstrate the app, and that turned into sort of pain and suffering, to be quite honest, because I realized that it was quite hard to have like a decent set of like some data that makes sense, even though I've got loads of this sort of like testing data that can go into it. Actually being able to sort of show the interactions clearly and then sort of have some hashtags that make sense and things like that. So if I just show you what I'm talking about, what I've done, I thought instead of trying to animate this by hand, why don't we like add some right, so instead of trying to work this out alone, sorry, I'm in the habit of like restarting a sentence, but it doesn't work for this because I'm not editing it. So I added this thing. So when you tap on it, it makes a little sound and it shows the thing in a sort of nicely on-brand way. And then, sort of when you drag and when you tap through. So here's the new screen that I'm promoting. And I made a big change this week as well, which was let's see if we can try and get to the next level of life, make a 5-year plan. So I made a change. So far, not a happy change, but that's okay. These things don't start out happy, do they? But this is the new screen, and now I can like demonstrate it just by clicking through. And then another thing I did was, and this is something that people have been asking for in the app, was to make this list that you just manage what's in there. So if we go, I don't know, if I'm thinking about like parties at the moment, we can just add that in. We can edit this list. We can like rearrange the list, and then there it is. So now whenever you come back to this screen, you can see, okay, that's the thing. So I just want to see how parties are making me feel at the moment. So although I'm sort of behind on implementing, like getting the promotional video out, I am a little bit ahead of the new features that I wanted to develop. So that's progress, even though like the idea was basically, and here's an invisible post-it note. If I just, what if I like brought up the webcam with no chroma key and made the webcam like above cam twist and just made it like full screen. So I've got this new system, which is a post-it note with what I'm doing for the week, and then under it is the next one, and then underneath is the next one. But I'm still stuck on this one. So that's could be better, but I'm okay with that. So, hey, look, I realised I can sort of do things over here while the little idents are playing, especially if I mute the audio. So you may have remember that I did my done good screen. There was still some bugs with this at the start of the week, so I've had to do, let's see, like 10 hours on done good this week, which wasn't really the plan, but just to get it to be what it needs to be for me to use it. And just also I'm slowly getting through the new features. So things like, I can edit a task now. If I add a task, new task, hard to type when you're recording a video. And then you type what you're saying. So we can add a new task. You go save now, and then you can edit it, or you can dismiss, or that's starting to be a bit more. That was a bit janky before. So this is, and then that's making a new sound. That's cool. The list is looking all right as well, although this isn't a good example. But if we selected like changes, new features, we'd see this is starting to look a bit better, although I guess the last change I made this all bad. Yeah, it's because these have gone tall and they're not even supposed to be here. You can see there's a lot to do on this app still, but that's okay. That's okay. I've got time, probably. That was another bit. So that's how I make the music for these little things. And we didn't really get any good outdoor footage this week. We were sort of like in the same areas again. So I thought, well, I was setting up the camera for the next music live stream. Right, here is last week's podcast. I'm quite proud of, because we sort of came to it not sure what we were going to talk about, but we ended up like inventing a term called expertise paralysis. Which is, overcoming. So we recorded an episode called Overcoming Expertise Paralysis, because the most ignorant are always the loudest. And while the people that actually know what they're talking about tend to be a bit more cautious about saying things, we sort of need those people that have something useful to say to be speaking up. And we don't want to hear quite so much from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. So if you want to hear that, it's grandpodcast.com, episode 132. It would be, it's, I think we do okay. I think we have some good ideas. And then beyond that, I did a live stream. I've stuck to that. I'm going to do another one today, even though Sharon's got the afternoon off, so I'd rather just go home now. But yeah, that's going to be... I did manage to successfully broadcast it both on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously without paying a subscription for Restream.io or whatever it's called. So that was a victory. So let's have... that's it, really. Let's have one more... Oh, what else? I quit the gym. So I've got to learn how to work out on my own now. Well, I kind of learned it. I'm going. Bye. Here's one more clip of some music. A couple more things, actually. I just remembered a couple of things. I've been having a lot of problems with my with Good to Hear has been giving me some spam problems. So I put a capture on that this morning. I still haven't figured out how to get rid of this line. And the other thing I just noticed in my notes that I'd forgotten I spent loads of time on was that... Oh yeah, I made a thing on App Store Connect. So if I sold any copies of Changes yesterday, it goes ka-ching! And if I sold any in-app purchases in Good Habits, it goes ka-ching! So I've got that to look forward to. It did make one Habits ding. I'll show you that quickly. So the hard bit was connecting to The hard bit of that was connecting to the App Store Connect API. I was trying to do it with my sort of debugging software, but that wasn't working. But if we just look at yesterday's sales, there you go, one sale of habits. I think like 4 days ago I sold a copy of Changes. There you go, I sold one Changes. Although, why is it stopped, not checked for habits as well? I don't know, this is the problem. It's like you end up like spending ages writing some code to do something, which you could call procrastination. I've been hitting that procrastination button a lot this week. Never mind, eh? All right, see you next week. Take care, have a good weekend, and bye.